Live on Unbeaten, your home for live sports, and we are kicking off OnlyWrestlers Live tonight with an absolute blockbuster for the OWA Women's Championship. So without further ado, let's go to our maestro on the mic tonight, the great Joe Dombrowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the air worldwide. Let them hear you! Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall. It is also one half of your double main event. At stake, the OWA Women's Championship.
It's the biggest pop Joe Dombrowski's ever gotten, Johnny.
What a way to kick things off. Always great to have Joe on a broadcast with us. And just waiting a couple of seconds here before we get things rolling.
With a hometown hero.
A true live wire personified. Absolutely fearless, tenacious. Just a few of the traits possessed by Dani Mo. She was the inaugural JCW Women's Champion. An absolute non-stop competitive drive. And look, Mark, she had a chance to become the inaugural OWA Women's Champion this past July in a triple threat match. So she really wants her chance at retribution.
Yeah, you know it's got to eat her alive. Dani is very competitive. So competitive, in fact, that she's a world record holder for the highest elevation women's wrestling match of all time. She wrestled on a mountain.
At the highest elevation in human history regarding a professional wrestling match, Dani Mo has certainly created history throughout her career. And she's looking for another massive moment tonight, competing in front of her hometown of Pittsburgh. But there's no doubt this may be the biggest challenge of her career thus far.
It's a main event anywhere. We are about to see Tessa Blanchard come to the ring, a real mountain for Dani Mo to try to climb tonight. You see what I did there with the whole mountain
And you
thing?
can see Tessa purposely playing psychological games, making the challenger wait even longer for her entrance. And there she is, a woman who has continued a family legacy to the highest degree. The undeniable diamond, Tessa Blanchard, the inaugural and thus far dominant OWA Women's Champion, being accompanied as always by the intoxicating and the vindictive Mila Moore. Many could argue that Tessa Blanchard is the most talented woman in our sport, but those same people could also argue she is absolutely vicious as she is elite.
Just a total powerhouse and an A-lister in professional wrestling all over the world. You want to talk about mind games, like Mila Moore isn't tall enough without the heels?
Certainly an intimidating woman to say the least. And she has attached herself to the hip of Tessa Blanchard, and Mila's career has only grown since aligning herself with Tessa Blanchard in TNA. And we certainly have a colossal contest tonight for the OWA Women's title. And back to Joe Dombrowski for the introductions.
Introducing first the challenger to my right. From the 412. She is a world record holder and undefeated in power slap. This is Dynamite Dani Mo. And to my left, first, she is accompanied by the bombshell, Mila Moore.
Not a lot of
And
Diamond
she
Collective
represents
fans here.
from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is the current reigning and defending OWA Women's Champion, La Gringa de Mas Mexicana, the undeniable diamond, Tessa Blanchard.
Both of these women, Tessa and Mila Moore, have very justifiable monikers. And everything that Joe Dombrowski just said about them is true, and I don't mean to put over Dombrowski.
Certainly hard to argue that. And you look at the history of the OWA Women's Championship, it goes back to July in OWA New Orleans, triple threat match. And there it is. Tessa Blanchard, Dani Mo, and Persephone, now the current CMLL Women's Champion. A classic triple threat, and Dani Mo, Mark, came within an eyelash multiple times during that match of becoming the inaugural champion. Tessa ended up coming out on top, and since she has defended against a who's who to maintain this title reign, Harley Hudson, the Spark Jada Stone, Callie and Tita, and now, quite frankly, this is a match that fans have been waiting for almost a full calendar year. Dani Mo has been chomping at the bit to get another opportunity at this title. And Tessa Blanchard, classic Blanchard mentality, classic Blanchard actions there.
Well, it's the champion's advantage. Obviously, Dani Mo is going to need to pin Tessa in the ring, or I guess get a submission. We've seen bigger things happen. I don't know if that would be. It would certainly be a major upset if we saw Dani Mo get a submission victory here over Tessa Blanchard. But it goes to show you when you talk about Persephone, Dani Mo, and Tessa, this is the very top of the sport internationally.
Yep. Certainly the upper echelon, no doubt about that. And Tessa Blanchard and Persephone had an absolute war for CMLL's historic U.S. broadcast in Las Vegas. Dani Mo also had an incredibly busy weekend.
Yes, as the ring introduction just said, undefeated in Power Slam.
She is 1-0 thus far, and it was a dominant performance. And Tessa Blanchard wanting no part of the challenger here early on. And the Pittsburgh fans letting Blanchard have plenty right now. Mila Moore actually quoted as saying earlier today that no one in Pittsburgh has ever seen two women as beautiful as them. And as a Pennsylvanian, I take a little bit of offense to that, but nonetheless, difficult to argue their point.
Tessa getting inside to break the count. I did not see any hair pulling.
Tessa Blanchard, master tactician. She learned from the absolute best, her legendary father, Tully. A name synonymous with the history of professional wrestling. And once again, you have to question this, Mark. Is this Blanchard having an absolute attitude, or is this all part of the strategy?
I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. It's to get in the head of Dani Mo, and it's also because Tessa loses her own head quite frequently.
And you want to talk about the highest of heights. This was in May 2024, almost 2 years ago, when Dani Mo competed on Kalapatar in Nepal, the Himalayan mountains near Mount Everest, over 18,000 feet above sea level. Without question, a record being broken in the sport of professional wrestling. There isn't anything Dani Mo's not willing to do. Great crucifix here, and Dani Mo able to roll through with momentum. And look how quickly Blanchard gets back in the ring and establishes control. She is so technically precise. But Dani Mo certainly has the champion scouted. Quick roll up here by the champion. She's got the tights, and Dani Mo able to use that core strength to roll through.
Yeah, Dani Mo, as JCW Women's Champion, also had an incredible record of taking on all comers. She's been embroiled in a feud with Alice Crowley, an on-again, off-again friendship. We now, another pin attempt there, but Tessa reverses it in a hurry.
Great transition there, and of course we're going to see Alice Crowley in action tonight, taking on a very enigmatic, very mysterious woman in Tara Zepp. That match could go any possible way. That could be very dangerous. Look at the athleticism here of Dani Mo. Perfect way to transition to get back on her feet there. And now Mo charging in with a forearm.
Nailed Tessa. The challenger clearly wearied in the corner now.
Dani Mo knows what it's like to make history in many ways. A boot right to the mush of Blanchard. She was also the inaugural women's champion for Battleground, winning that match in the historic 2300 arena. Now Dani Mo picking up momentum here. Basement drop kick connects immediately into a cover. New OWA women's champion, Tessa, able to kick out at 2. It's going to take a lot more than that, but a leg drop connects.
Smart of Dani to keep following up and trying to get the pin. This isn't an opportunity for just showboating and getting the better of Tessa. There's a championship on the line, and Dani's here to win it.
And now Dani Mo charging in. Could be looking for that patented, could be a moonsault perhaps. And boom, connects, a stalling moonsault, another cover, and every single cover is making it more exhausting for Blanchard.
Dani Mo showing off that balance and core strength in the corner there, and then, coming down with that waterfall over Tessa. And you're absolutely right. Every time Tessa kicks out, she's exerting a lot of energy and essentially bench pressing Dani Mo off of her. And that's clearly Mila Moore on the outside. Come on, right in front of the referee.
Yeah, absolutely. The official caught it. Dani Mo certainly took umbrage to it, but Tessa Blanchard wasting no time, getting the advantage, striking from behind. And this is what the Diamond Collective is all about. Power in numbers, decimating opponents, and just like that, when Blanchard starts to get the advantage, very difficult endeavor for the challenger.
You don't want to be fighting from underneath against Tessa, though every challenger is in a sense when you're in there with a champion. But when Tessa smells blood, I mean, look, already going right after the arm of Dani Mo.
And to Tessa's credit, whether or not she has won via underhanded fashion to defend this title, she has put on incredible performances. Oh, and then Dani Mo, reversal here. Tessa sending her right back inside the ring. Back in March, Jada Stone took Blanchard to her absolute limit, but nonetheless the champion retained, looking to retain once again, and Dani Mo able to kick out another pin attempt here. Dani Mo wisely gets the shoulder up again.
Yeah, I think that referee better watch out. Tessa just gave him some side-eye. Ref just doing his job there. Tessa going to pick apart yet another limb, already working on the arm, now going for the leg as well.
And one of the many things that makes Tessa as great as she is, as you can see, utilizing the full 5 count here, the official admonishing there, Tessa can win in so many different ways. She can choose to pick a body part and slowly destroy it. Case in point, it appeared she was going after the left leg, the hamstring of Dani Mo. She could continue that. Dani Mo's explosion is her biggest weapon. She still holds Cal U's indoor pole vault record. She is one of the best athletes in our sport. Tessa Blanchard knows it.
You certainly want to do whatever you can to take away Dani's slapping hand.
Oh, Dani Mo definitely has a powerful right hand, as we saw in Power Slap, not to mention the way she likes to throw hands. And now Blanchard slowing things down here, very methodical. We thank you for joining us here live on Unbeaten. Over 1,000 live sporting events every single year, all throughout the world. Unbeaten is truly your home for live sport. You want to talk about a power slap?
Well, I'd love to see Tessa step up and do it then. Next slap week, why don't we see Tessa get in there and go slap for slap with some of the best athletes?
Dani Mo is struggling right now in front of her hometown. Tessa knows it.
That's a bad situation.
There is no weakness in the game of Tessa Blanchard other than perhaps her own hubris, but right now she is in dominant control. The left knee is affected, and she's going right back to work. Could be going for a leg lock. Can she hook it in?
Got her all tied up.
So close. Dani Mo knows it's coming.
Once Tessa's got it locked in, she can go anywhere she wants and do anything she wants to Dani. Watch, Tessa's not done yet.
No. Tessa has learned from the absolute best, and there's a powerful right hand softening up the challenger Dani Mo, Pittsburgh's own.
Dani's got a lot of fight left in her. She's not giving up, but
oh my God, double underhook into a submission. This is cutting off the circulation to Dani Mo here, but wisely, Dani Mo knows exactly where she's at in the ring, able to grab the second rope.
Yeah, that's great ring awareness from Dani Mo, but how much damage has already been done here, and now this clearly engaging in games of distraction here with the referee. Tessa clearly already has an advantage in this match.
The referee knows Mila Moore holding that title could spell bad news as Tessa Blanchard continues the attack. You have to wonder how long it will be until Tessa holds gold in TNA as well.
Well, former TNA world champion, as in the men's title, probably the most notable thing in Tessa Blanchard's career that everyone knows about her, had an incredible run at the very top of TNA at the beginning of 2020.
Not to mention one of the top stars in CMLL right now, also former AAA Reina de Reinas champion, Crash Women's champion. She's been tearing it up in Mexico for the past couple of years and continuing to just wear down Dani Mo. Tessa Blanchard doesn't need to go for style points. She wants to embarrass Dani Mo in front of her home city.
Dani is out, breaks from the clutches of Tessa, but for how long?
Not a lot of power left in the knee and hamstring of Dani Mo, able to get the boot up. Slight reprieve. What can Dani Mo do here? Clothesline connects. Struggling to put weight on the left leg, trying to get a little bit of feeling back in here. Can Dani Mo finally mount some offense here?
Getting some quick strikes in with both her legs and her arms. Oh, there's a nice receipt from when Tessa did it earlier.
Turnabout fair play, and now Dani Mo. Oh! Modified code red there into a cover. New champion. No, Blanchard able to stay in the fight. Look how quickly Dani Mo can turn the tide. So close. This is, despite all of the damage that has been done to Dani Mo, Johnny, this still seems like it's anybody's match. No question about that. Dani Mo knows nothing but grit. She knows nothing but overcoming obstacles.
Up in the fireman's carry.
And now, hold on.
Watch out
Mila
for
Moore
Mila
up on the apron. This is too much. At this point, the official needs to think about throwing her to the back right now. Oh, a knee to Dani Mo. And now Blanchard over the top into a splash. And the champion looking to retain. Dani Mo just able to stay in the fight.
Referee now going to admonish Mila Moore. Quite a bit of damage already been done here.
Well, he already made Mila drop the title there in the corner. Justifiably so. And now Tessa. Precarious position here. Dani Mo on the top, a right hand. Pivotal moment of this matchup here, Mark.
Awesome suplexes run in Tessa Blanchard's blood. Dani needs to block it any way she can here.
Since Mila Moore got involved early on, Dani Mo has been trying to fight her way back in it, going for a sunset flip powerbomb. Tessa wise to it.
Couldn't quite get her footing there. Oh! Tessa worse for wear. Dani gets the better of that exchange.
Hold on. Oh, what a counter here by Tessa Blanchard. Face first into the top turnbuckle goes Dani Mo. Now Blanchard charging in full speed. Hold on. Oh, my God. Michinoku driver by Dani Mo. New champion, no.
Tessa came down hard right on her head. And for all of the spunk, all of the tenacity of Dani Mo, and obviously a gas tank to wrestle on top of a mountain, Tessa has the experience advantage here of essentially having been born into pro wrestling.
But you think about Dani Mo, she's pulling out tricks from her tool belt we don't always see. Case in point right there.
Reversal by the champion. Oh, gets caught with another big boot.
How much explosion does Dani Mo have left on the legs? Certainly losing some quickness, and now another slap. Oh, God!
Takes Dani Mo
with
all
the Magnum.
The way
into the cover after hitting the Magnum, and Dani Mo stays alive. Tessa Blanchard has won many matches with the Magnum double knees. An absolutely airtight arsenal by Blanchard. But you can't always defeat will, you can't always defeat heart. And that's what Dani Mo has.
Tessa's getting frustrated at this point. She thought she would have put Dani away a long time ago, it seems.
Look, there's a lot of personal issues between Dani Mo and Tessa Blanchard as well. Now Blanchard looking to pick up speed. Mo catches her with a boot. And now, oh, moon mist twist. The moon mist into the, oh, come on. Mila Moore with the foot on the rope. How many times? How many times?
Well, This crowd has seen enough. I think Dani Mo has seen enough.
Mila Moore needs to get her heels stolen. She needs to get thrown to the back.
This may end up getting physical right here on the apron.
The officials had enough at this point. Oh, hold on, he catches Tessa Blanchard in the act. Was that an eye poke? I think Mila Moore poked Dani Mo in the eye. Oh no, power bomb!
Ref's back was turned.
Into the cover, and the champion retains again.
Here is your winner, and still OWA Women's Champion, Tessa Blanchard!
And like so many times before, the Diamond Collective shines again in the most disgusting way possible. Mila Moore kept finding ways to get involved, waited for the perfect opportunity when the official had his back turned, a blatant poke to the eye. Dani Mo had no idea what was coming at her.
Regardless, the record books will show another successful title defense here tonight from Tessa Blanchard in Pittsburgh.
The OWA Women's Champion remains the undeniable Diamond. We'll be right back on Unbeaten.